As I'm walking in Canada, just across this abandoned farm, which somebody cut all these trees, so they're gonna probably demolish and use this land for something. And I'm walking, and just along the road I found something which I want to show you. This here is poison ivy with these 3 leaves, easy to recognize. And people here in Canada tell you, get the way out of it, don't touch it, don't get inside. This makes your skin burn, makes blisters, so you should not walk into it with shorts. Don't pull on it, don't pick it, don't cut it if you don't have a protection. But I'm telling you not to do it, but let's make an experiment. Let's see what happens if I pick this leaf here, and we're gonna try to set the camera down here, and we're gonna use my wrist here. I'm just gonna tear it a little bit and rub it here. Okay, you see, I used it, and there's still some dust left from the poison ivy. I'm gonna continue my walk into this protected area here, so I have time, and I'm gonna follow and see what's gonna happen to my wrist. I'm gonna keep you updated, and we're gonna see the result and see if it's really that bad what people say, or depends on the person, maybe nothing's gonna happen to me, or it's gonna be so bad that I will at the end of the video say, don't ever touch poison ivy. Let's see. Well, one thing, I better remind myself that I should not rub my fingers, put them in my eyes. That's probably the most dangerous part, but we're gonna see how the skin is gonna react and how long it's gonna take. It's 12:30 now, just 12:30, so we're gonna see how long it takes until something even appears on my skin. It's been more than 1 hour already, and I want to know what you guys think happened with my wrist. What are your thoughts? How does my wrist look like? Write me in the comments later what you thought, how it's gonna look like. And now we're gonna see the result. I don't know if it's what you're expecting, but have a look. Nothing. I'm not sure if 1 hour is enough, but I would think so. That after an hour, at least, you get some rash, something red. Some people maybe even get blisters, like it would be itchy, you would have to scratch yourself, but I literally have nothing. Unbelievable. I thought that might be something real stupid what I did before, but actually, like I said, might even be nothing. I still would not suggest to try it out by yourself, because it can be painful, and I have seen blisters, like huge blisters, that people get from poison ivy. If anything happens later, I will let you know, but hopefully it just stays like this. Well, have you ever had any burns with poison ivy or any other? It's not just poison ivy, there's many other plants which can be very dangerous. So let me know, what's the worst burn, or I don't know, any other, like you get rush, allergy, like I don't know, something even worse than this, I don't know. Let me know what could happen. Well, it's been 33 hours since I had poison ivy here, and yesterday I thought only like after 1.5 2 hours nothing happened. So after 33 hours, it's kind of something's itchy. I start rubbing my wrist here, and this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a rush and everything's red. So there is a late reaction to the poison ivy. I thought nothing would happen, especially even yesterday all day long nothing happened, but this is how it looks like. So we gotta see if it's gonna be even worse tomorrow. I was speaking too soon yesterday, only after 2 hours. But it doesn't feel as bad as I expected. So there is. So don't try to do it by yourself or on your own, like to yourself, because poison ivy is dangerous. If it gets worse, I will show you. But so far, I can handle this. Good morning. It's the third day after I put some poison ivy on my wrist. And on the first day, I thought actually nothing happened and would be nothing, because like even second day in the morning, I thought that's it, like really nothing. And then there's like this small kind of itchiness yesterday, and I, like, you remember, just my wrist here, but it's kind of going up to here. That's how it was yesterday. So it's itchy, I have to scratch a little bit. Like, it's not burning, there's no blisters, nothing, but it's just itchy. And then this morning I get up, look, here, all down to my waist, up to here, here. So it's kind of spreading, going down my body, which I did not expect to go and be like this, because this is really itchy. It's getting dry. So that's worse than I expected. Like, no blisters, no, and I know poison ivy is dangerous because I lived in Canada, so you should not touch it. But I was really like rubbing it into the skin, so I guess it just gets transferred somehow, like with the blood or whatever, how it goes through the body. So it actually really spread through the body. Not just, I expected just like having maybe some blisters here, and I wanted to show you what poison ivy can do, but this is now far more affecting like my whole, like this. That is insane. So that's the third day. I'm gonna keep you updated what happens, how it's gonna look like, if it's gonna be even worse tomorrow. Well, I learned that poison ivy is the worst like 3 days or 5 days after you have contact. So I did not just have a little bit contact, I kind of like rubbed it in, and this one is really annoying. You can see how red it is, and here it's very red, makes it difficult for sleeping. It's the morning 5 days after the day that I rubbed it in, and even at night sometimes I have to, like, I wake up just because it's itchy, so start like scratching. And 2 days ago it was just this side, you remember I was showing you this here, and now it's even more here, but it also spread to this side. Now the worst I think is
here between my fingers. It's like really itchy, and it got down even on my leg starting here now. And believe it or not, it went down between like my waist, between my legs, and even the bottom of my penis is slowly red and itchy. This is insane. I don't know, it might have to do because whatever, I like really rubbed it in, not just like touched it a little bit. So it just maybe like too much, like too big of a reaction. And I thought if something happens, like it would kind of just like be here, but it's spreading like throughout the whole body. It said it should like get better after whatever 5 days, or like be completely gone within 2 weeks. So we'll see. If I didn't put anything on it, so let's gonna see how long it's gonna take until it's all gone, or the itchiness and the redness are gone. Small update after 8 days of poison ivy rush. So I was reading a little bit about it, and it's not completely true that it's spreading. So I think there is no spreading. So the problem was when I rubbed it into my wrist here, which is getting better kind of. I think it's slowly fading away. But when I rubbed it in, I was walking for the rest of the day. So what you have to do when you have contact with poison ivy, you have to wash it off like thoroughly with something. But I was outside, I was walking all day long, and I did not wash it. So obviously during the day there is this urushiol, I think it's called, the oil from the poison ivy. So it stays on my wrist here, and because I used this right hand to rub it in, so there's probably like urushiol left on this hand. And I probably during the day, like not even like knowingly, because I thought like, okay, 2 hours nothing happened, probably you're just kind of getting more relaxed. So probably at some point I scratched myself or something gets like through the t-shirt, and even like on my penis, probably because I went to pee in the forest when I was walking. So kind of like you touching whatever, some spots on your body. And the thing was, I never washed my hands, so I kind of probably spread it around. So there is actually no spreading from one spot, kind of like I thought it just kind of going through the body somehow with the blood or whatever, like getting through your body, but that's not true. So be careful, don't do this. This was an experiment, it was a lot of learning, so you guys don't have to do it. Or if you get contact, go home, go whatever to the next gas station somewhere, like wash your hands really like thoroughly, wash it for like 2 minutes so you don't spread the oil on your body somewhere. You're gonna save yourself a lot of like uncomfortable moments, scratching, like getting up at night. So yeah, this is all what's still happening to me after 8 days, and but it's getting better. I think the rush is kind of better now, but it's still there. So even after probably 10 days, it's still gonna be there. So watch out when you're walking, don't get into poison ivy. Last update on my poison ivy rush. So I'm back in Germany. It's been exactly 3 weeks since I rubbed in the poison ivy on my wrist, and it's kind of, it's gone a little bit here, you can see, and if I touch it or scratch it a little bit, I can still feel the itchiness. But I would say so far it's over. Like 3 weeks literally it takes until everything is over. So just want to tell you again, this was an experiment. I actually knew what's gonna happen because I had poison ivy contact before when I lived in Canada. So I knew myself, and I knew how it would be, even though like I didn't know exactly like how it goes, like what happens like the first day after 3 days and when exactly it starts. I just remember I had this rush, and it's annoying. It would be probably for anyone, but some people could have like severe, really bad, like kind of almost like be burned, like these blisters, and it can be pretty bad. So you would have to like get medical treatment. So don't do it if you don't know how it would react on your skin. Don't ever pick any plants, pick whatever mushroom, something, go to the jungle or listen to somebody else's advice and take some plants for like even medicine if you don't know what the plant is for and how your body gonna react. So be careful where you are, what you're doing. Yeah, just don't pick and eat whatever, something which you're unfamiliar with. There are a lot of poisonous plants, so be careful. Don't rub it in your body, don't pick it, don't yeah, careful in the nature. Just learn a little bit more about it, I guess, if you're gonna be spending more time in nature, so you know what you're gonna be surrounded with. And that's my advice. So stay safe, everybody. This was just a little bit experiment from me to show you how it actually can go, even though I think it was not as terrible, but for some people could be. So here you had an example to see what actually could happen and how it looks like when you have contact with poison ivy. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Cheers.